What's good, FCG?
This is Diana,
And Naomi.
reporting to you from the 90 News.
Today we have Jalen talking about sports.
3, 2, 1.
On November 26th, the Bulls faced the Spurs and Wolves a close game. All that night, the Bulls were expected to win with their momentum shifting forward all the way towards the end. In the fourth quarter, Ryan led the Bulls offense, knocking down a few threes to cut their deficit to 1. With 5 seconds left, he took a shot attempt, but it was off the mark, which led the Bulls to fall short to the Spurs, 108 to 107. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Jalen. Now we have Deviana and Aaliyah talking about social media.
Hello, SCG. Social media has become a major part of our everyday lives. Even though it was meant to be used personally, social media has affected our school in both positive and negative ways. I took it to the hallways to ask the good community about the impact of social media and what it is being used for.
Hello, Mr. Miller. What do you think people use social media for?
So I think that social media is used in a lot of different ways. I think that sometimes it's used to celebrate things like birthdays and anniversaries and that kind of thing. But then sometimes I think also it's used like to put people down or to kind of drum up stir up conflict and which is kind of a bummer.
Do you think the effect on social media is good or bad?
I think that overall I've been feeling more and more like social media has a negative effect, which sucks. But yeah, I've just been noticing a lot that this year in particular, that in school here, but in other schools that we work with too, that a lot of the conflicts and fights that occur start on social media or get worse because of social media, because of somebody's comment or because somebody shared a post or something. So it seems like it's led to a lot of violence and arguments and all that kind of stuff. So that's all got me thinking it's more negative than positive.
Hello, I have Ms. Warfield with me asking questions about social media. Do you think the effect on social media good or bad?
It's good and it's bad. It's good because you can reunite with family members, old classmates, and friends. It's bad because they can use it for being argumentative, indirect statuses, and end up being fight with the younger generation. So it has its pluses and it has its disadvantages.
Do you think the effect on social media is good or bad?
I mean, it has its pros and its cons. The pros is that you can tell people like, hey, catch up with old time people that you haven't seen in years. And the cons is people getting killed on social media due to nonsense that could have been avoided.
Okay. What is some positive ways that people can use social media?
A positive way to use social media is to promote things, wish people happy birthday, to get in contact with people, and to also just see what's going on in the world.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Let's strive to be responsible when using social media. Remember, when you post something, to think, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it caring? Thanks, SCG. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, guys. Now we have LaSharia talking about the Mercy Hospital shooting.
Good morning, Nightly Innovators. Over the weekend, there was a Chicago hospital shooting. A young cop, a doctor, a pharmacy resident was killed, and a gunman that killed himself. Killed in the attack were Lopez's former girlfriend, Tamara O'Neill, an emergency room doctor, Chicago police officer Samuel Jimenez, and his pharmacist Daniel Les. After being shot by the police, Lopez then shot himself in the head. Authorities said O'Neill's family knows little insight about the gunman family. The only thing I could say for that, she broke off the engagement. He couldn't get over it, the doctor's father said. Please pray for the families of the victims. This is LaSharia, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, LaSharia. Lastly, we have Jesus talking about our recent blizzard that has happened.
Hello, Chicago. And as you know, this weather don't play. There was a blizzard at the end of Thanksgiving break with a very cold wind chill going towards the low 20s, resulting in 3.4 inches of snow around the Midway area. With conditions like these, should students really be attending school? Many students struggle to attend as is. So how can we better ensure our safety and well-being while in commute? I took to the halls to ask students, when do you think they should call out school?
Antonio Leon. And I want to see
when students believe they should close down, CPS should close down school due to weather conditions. What do you think?
I think they should, just because a lot of people rely on public transportation to get here, and roads aren't safe, and to wait outside in the cold for the bus or Uber or taxi, whatever, it's not safe.
What's up? Thank you. Hello, I'm here with
Chelsea.
And I'm here to ask you, when do you think CPS should close down schools given weather conditions?
I think CPS should close down schools when it's too cold to stand outside more than 5 minutes waiting for the bus.
Makes sense. Thank you. Hello, I'm here today with Devontae, and I'm here to ask, when do you feel CPS should close down schools?
I feel like CPS should close down schools like when it's blizzards or when it's like too hot or too cold outside to where students can't really come outdoors. Some students got to take the bus, and so it's putting them at risk of conditions. Like it's certain conditions that they shouldn't be in.
Thank you. Stay warm, and it's a cold city. And with that, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jesus.
That's all we have for you guys today. This is Diana
And Naomi.
signing out from the Nightly News.